Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. They called him the Cobra, not just for his lightning-fast swing, but because every move he made commanded attention, said longtime teammate Mike Easler. Dave Parker, one of baseball's most fearless and gifted outfielders, passed away following a long battle with Parkinson's disease. He was 74. Born in Mississippi and raised in Cincinnati, Parker's path to greatness began as a standout high school athlete. A knee injury shifted his focus from football to baseball, setting the stage for one of the most dynamic careers in Major League history. He played with heart, power, and unmistakable style during 19 unforgettable seasons. Parker led the league in hitting in back-to-back years. He won the National League MVP in 1978. Fans packed stadiums hoping to see one of his cannon throws from right field or one of his majestic home runs sail into the upper decks. In 1979, he helped lead the Pittsburgh Pirates to a World Series title and thrilled All-Star Game viewers with throws that still live in highlight reels. A decade later, he brought that same fire to the Oakland Athletics, playing a key role in their championship run. With over 2,700 hits, 339 home runs, and nearly 1,500 RBIs, Parker's place among the greats was never in doubt. That belief was formally recognized in 2023, when a Cincinnati street was named in his honor, and again more recently, when he was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. His induction was set for July 27th. Yet his legacy goes far beyond the stat sheet. Parker was a mentor, a motivator, and a hero in the communities he touched. Whether inspiring young kids in South Cumminsville or encouraging rookie teammates in the locker room, his impact ran deep. The Pittsburgh Pirates said in a heartfelt message, "We are heartbroken to learn of the passing of Hall of Famer Dave Parker." Fans across generations echoed the sentiment. Though he didn't live to see his Hall of Fame ceremony, Dave Parker's story is already etched in the heart of baseball. A warrior on the field, a leader off it, a legend now at rest. He is survived by his loving family. Funeral details have not yet been shared. Tributes to Dave Parker. Number 6. Bill Dellinger's legacy will forever be woven into the fabric of Oregon athletics and American distance running. Those words from the University of Oregon reflect the deep and lasting legacy of a man whose impact on track and field spanned over 70 years. Bill Dellinger, who passed away peacefully at 91, left behind a remarkable journey filled with record-breaking runs, unforgettable coaching moments, and lives forever changed. He first rose to prominence in college as a fierce competitor under coach Bill Bowerman. Representing the University of Oregon, Dellinger collected 2 NCAA titles, 3 All-American honors, and multiple American records. As his star shone brighter, he went on to represent the United States in 3 Olympic Games. His crowning moment came with a bronze medal in Tokyo, an achievement that would earn him admiration across the sports world. But it was after he hung up his spikes that his most treasured contributions began. As head coach of the Oregon Ducks from 1972 to 1998, Dellinger became a guiding light for generations of athletes. He led his teams to 5 national championships, mentored over 100 All-Americans, and left a meet record most coaches could only dream of. Iconic names like Steve Prefontaine, Alberto Salazar, and Mary Decker all flourished under his guidance. He wasn't just a coach, he was a builder, a listener, and a source of steady belief. Away from the track, Dellinger helped advance the sport in other ways. He worked with Adidas to create the Dellinger web, revolutionizing shoe design for runners around the world. Yet, despite his many accolades, he remained humble, driven more by a love of the sport than by trophies or titles. His legacy is measured not only in wins, but in the character he instilled in others. Warm, dedicated, and deeply thoughtful, Dellinger created communities where athletes felt seen, supported, and challenged to be their best. He is survived by those closest to him, and by generations of athletes who continue to run toward the future he dreamed of. In the wake of his passing, tributes poured in. From teammates to rivals, from students to fans, all echoing the same message. Bill Dellinger changed lives. He passed from natural causes, surrounded by love. But his legacy keeps running. Tributes to Bill Dellinger. Number 5. John's message was one of hope grounded in science and compassion. He inspired us to believe a healthier, kinder world was possible, and to act to make it so. With that spirit, John Robbins lived his life as a beacon for change. He passed away at 77, surrounded by his loved ones at home in Santa Cruz, leaving behind a ripple of impact that reshaped the way millions think about food, health, and the planet. The heir to the Baskin-Robbins empire, John made an unexpected choice. Rather than following in a path paved with comfort and tradition, he listened to a deeper calling. He walked away from family fortune to advocate for nutrition, sustainability, and animal welfare, at a time when few dared. His groundbreaking book, Diet for a New America, changed conversations across dinner tables, classrooms, and boardrooms. Praised and debated worldwide, it sold over 1 million copies and was translated into more than 31 languages. It earned him a Pulitzer Prize nomination and appearances on influential shows like Oprah and Donahue. John didn't stop at raising awareness. In 1988, he founded EarthSave International, bringing his vision to schools and communities. He later co-founded the Food Revolution Network with his son Ocean, amplifying a global movement for a healthy, ethical food system. Honored with the Rachel Carson Award and the Courage of Conscience Award, John was praised not only for his intellect but for his integrity. He had a rare gift for explaining big ideas with heart, and a deep sense of responsibility that drove everything he did. But those who knew him best say it was his warmth, humility, and gentleness that truly stood out. He was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. His legacy lives on through them, and through every person who decided to live more consciously because of him. John Robbins passed away due to complications from post-polio syndrome. His loss is deeply felt across the environmental, plant-based, and health advocacy worlds. He leaves behind a body of work that continues to inspire action and plant seeds of hope. Tributes to John Robbins. Number 4. His voice, presence, and contributions helped shape a musical legacy that touched millions. That heartfelt tribute from industry colleague Desiree Benson captures what so many feel about Walter Scott Jr., a man whose talent and soul echoed far beyond the stage. Walter passed away peacefully at age 81 after a courageous battle with cancer. Best known as a founding member and vocalist of the Whispers, he left behind a sound that defined generations. Born in Fort Worth and raised in Los Angeles, Walter found his voice early on, harmonizing with his twin brother Scotty and friends on street corners. In 1963, those impromptu tunes became the Whispers, a group that would go on to shape the sound of soul and R&B for over 60 years. With his smooth baritone, Walter helped lead the group to countless R&B hits like Rock Steady, It's a Love Thing, and The Beat Goes On. Their blend of heartfelt lyrics and infectious grooves made them one of the most beloved vocal groups of all time. Despite stepping away briefly while serving in Vietnam, Walter returned stronger, more focused, and forever dedicated to the music and his fans. Through ups and downs, he stood firm, on stage and in life. In 2014, the Whispers were inducted into the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. It was a proud moment for Walter, who often preferred letting the music speak for itself. Those who knew him best describe him as grounded, kind, and generous. He mentored young artists, always offering support without seeking the spotlight. Even through illness, he stayed close to his bandmates and fans, never losing his warmth or humor. Beyond the microphone, Walter cherished his wife, Jan, his 2 sons, their children, and the lifelong bond he shared with his brother Wallace. Family and music were always at the heart of who he was. Though he is no longer with us, his voice lives on, in every enduring beat and memory sparked by the songs he helped create. Walter Scott Jr. will be deeply missed, his impact felt for generations to come. Tributes to Walter Scott Jr. Number 3. Not all heroes wear capes, some wear green cloaks and carry a longbow. For decades, Tim Pollard walked the streets of Nottingham not just as a performer, but as a legend. Known to generations as the city's official Robin Hood, Tim brought charm, wit, and authenticity to a role that became his own. With leather boots and a rogue's smile, he made history feel alive. He passed away peacefully at the age of 61 after a short illness, leaving behind a vibrant legacy of storytelling, laughter, and community pride. Tim's performances lit up medieval banquets, city festivals, and international stages. From Toronto to Hamelin and cities across the UK, he carried Nottingham's spirit wherever he went. Before donning the outlaw's cape, Tim's world was filled with fantasy and creativity. He played a key role in tabletop gaming during its golden era, writing, drawing, and shaping characters for Games Workshop. He helped launch the first live role-playing company in the UK and once fought Viking battles on weekends for fun. His love of history wasn't just for show. He studied at SOAS and could speak at length about Japanese warriors or the battles of 19th century South Africa with equal enthusiasm. But more than any role he played, Tim was known for his warmth. Friends and fans alike remember him for his generous spirit, quick humor, and deep pride in his hometown. Tim made Robin Hood more than a story. He made him real for everyone, said a local colleague. He made people feel like Nottingham belonged to them. People of all ages have fond memories of meeting him, whether in full costume on castle grounds or chatting over coffee, always happy to share a laugh or lend a hand. Tim Pollard was Nottingham's Robin Hood in every way that mattered, not just through costume or character, but through kindness, courage, and heart. He is survived by loved ones, friends, and a worldwide community of fans who felt his joy and generosity. Though the green cape may hang quietly now, the stories he told and the lives he touched will echo through time. Tributes to Tim Pollard. Number 2. My art is protest. My protest is love." These words by Diana O capture the spirit they carried through every performance, every gathering, every moment shared with their audience. Diana O passed away at the age of 38 after a brief illness, leaving behind a legacy built on courage, creativity, and love. Known for blending theater, music, activism, and heart, O created spaces where those often unseen could be truly celebrated. Their breakout work, My Lingerie Play, turned sidewalks and stages into places of resistance and healing. Part performance, part protest, it pushed boundaries and sparked critical conversations around consent and gender identity. Audience members left changed, not just entertained, but challenged. Oh, didn't stop there. With the Infinite Love Party, they transformed the simple act of gathering into a spiritual experience, a slumber party where love for queer and trans people of color was the main event. Each of O's works invited people not just to watch, but to feel, to listen, and to be seen. Graduating from NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, O quickly became a beloved figure in experimental theater. Their works like Clairvoyance and The Gift Project reflected a deep generosity, always grounded in care for community. A multi-hyphenate artist, O was also an accomplished singer, writer, and activist. They were honored as a top LGBTQ influencer by Refinery29 and became the first queer Korean to be interviewed on Korean broadcast radio. From Sundance to PBS, their voice reached far and wide. Peers often described them as fearless and luminous. Fellow artist and friend Mia Katigbak once said, "Diana had the rare gift of creating room for healing in chaos. You didn't just watch their work, you lived in it." Family, friends, and fans around the globe are mourning a force whose work reminded us all that art can be a home, a protest, and a party, all at once. Memorials will be held in Portland and New York later this year. Diana O leaves behind a community forever changed by their light, their vision, and their fierce love. Tributes to Diana O. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Well, here's a heartwarming update that's sure to brighten your day, especially for fans of classic Disney favorites. Anneliese van der Pol, the beloved actress you may remember as Chelsea from That's So Raven and Raven's Home, is expecting her first child with her husband, fellow actor Jono Wilson, who she met while filming the show. Both are 40 years old, and just 6 months after saying their vows at the Santa Barbara courthouse, they're thrilled to announce they're welcoming a baby girl this October. What makes this story extra special is how Anneliese and Jono's journey to parenthood unfolded. Once a couple who thought they'd never have kids, they realized their hearts had changed, and now they're counting down the days to meet their little one. They discovered the gender in a memorable moment. Jono hit a golf ball that burst with pink powder, and Anneliese says she didn't realize how much she wanted a girl until that magical reveal. Anneliese grew up with 2 sisters, and she's especially excited to bring another girl into the family. She's already planning to raise her daughter with strong values, emphasizing that above all, she wants her to be healthy, kind, and, most importantly, true to herself. She playfully promises she'll definitely be a feminist. This sweet news is a wonderful reminder of how love and family can grow in the most unexpected ways, and how cherished memories from our favorite shows can take on new meaning as stars begin new chapters. Fans everywhere are celebrating with Anneliese and Jono, knowing their little girl will be raised in a home filled with laughter, love, and a dash of Disney magic. Here's to a new generation of kindness and inspiration. News 2. It's a heartfelt moment as we remember Anne McGregor, the beloved mother of late Glee star Corey Monteith, who passed away peacefully on June 18th at the age of 74. Anne, who called Shirley British Columbia home, was known for her strong character, her love of gardening, and the joy she found in her artistic pursuits surrounded by family and pets. Anne's passing comes just weeks after the loss of Corey's father, Joe Monteith, making this a particularly tender time for the Monteith family. Despite facing unimaginable loss, her son Corey passed away in 2013. Anne was remembered for carrying herself with grace and resilience, always cherishing the good memories. The outpouring of support from friends and loved ones speaks to the positive impact Anne had on those around her. As we reflect on her legacy, we honor a life lived with kindness, strength, and an unwavering love for family. Anne's memory, and the joy she brought to others, will certainly live on in the hearts of those who knew her. News 3. If you've ever found inspiration in the beauty of nature through social media, you may know Hannah Moody, a beloved 31-year-old hiking influencer from Scottsdale, Arizona. Hannah shared her passion for the outdoors with thousands, capturing breathtaking views and encouraging others to explore the world's wonders safely. On May 22, Hannah was found near the Gateway Trailhead in the McDowell Sonoran Preserve. Authorities have now shared that she passed away from environmental heat exposure while doing what she loved most, hiking. There was no sign of foul play, and her adventurous spirit remains an inspiration to so many. As we remember Hannah, let's carry forward her love for nature and her gentle reminder to always be prepared and care for one another on life's journey. News 4. Friends, today we remember Penny Noble, a true pillar of Canada's entertainment world and a shining light in the lives of so many. Penny, who was just 58, passed away peacefully at her home in Toronto on June 23, leaving behind a remarkable legacy as co-founder of Noble Kaplan Abrams, one of Canada's leading talent agencies. After bravely facing a recent cancer diagnosis, Penny's unwavering dedication and warmth continued to inspire everyone around her. Her impact on film, television, and the creative community can't be overstated. She helped countless artists find their voice and reach new heights. While her presence will be greatly missed, Penny Noble's legacy of kindness, mentorship, and passion for the arts will continue to inspire heart and soul across generations. She'll always be remembered as a champion for creativity and a friend to so many who called this vibrant industry home. News 5. Jim Parkinson, the brilliant Oakland-born typographer behind the legendary Rolling Stone magazine logo, has passed away at 83. For over 6 decades, Jim's artistry shaped the iconic looks of not just Rolling Stone, but Esquire, Fast Company, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the Los Angeles Times. If you've glanced at a magazine rack in the last half-century, you've likely seen a little bit of Jim's creative spirit. Jim's passion for handcrafted letters began back in the 1960s and blossomed into a lifelong career, taking him from sign painting and record covers all the way to international renown. With a deep love for both tradition and invention, he bridged the gap between classic 19th century style and cutting-edge digital design, leaving his distinctive touch on countless publications and even circus posters. Though he's gone, Jim Parkinson's legacy truly lives on in the magical way his fonts and logos bring words to life for millions. He'll be warmly remembered not only for his artistic genius, but for his generosity and influence in the design community. Today we celebrate a man whose work makes reading just a bit more beautiful. News 6. If you've been following the Beckham family, you'll be happy to hear a little update that's sure to lift your spirits. Soccer legend David Beckham, now 50, is on the mend after a recent surgery in England. Last Friday, his wife, Victoria Beckham, shared a warm photo of David smiling in his hospital bed, his arm in a bright blue sling, and a sweet message from the family. "Get well soon, Daddy," complete with a loving heart. The close-knit Beckhams have been keeping things light at home. Shortly after David's hospital stay, Victoria shared a playful video of David back in their garden, showing off some rather unique homegrown carrots that turned into laughter for the whole family. And it's certainly a special time for them. David was recently named for knighthood by King Charles, which means before long we'll all be calling him Sir David Beckham and Victoria, Lady Beckham. As David continues his recovery surrounded by love, fans around the world are cheering him on. We wish him a speedy return to full health and look forward to seeing more of those joyful Beckham family moments, both in the garden and beyond. Number 1. That song turned out to be such a hit that it was like a fairy tale for me. It changed my life completely, Shefali Jariwala once said, remembering the moment that would define her rise to fame. Known to millions as the Kanta Laga girl, Shefali took the Indian pop culture scene by storm at just 19. The music video wasn't just a hit, it was a phenomenon. With boldness and charm, she owned the screen, carving space for a new kind of female presence in music and television. Her career spanned more than 2 decades, filled with versatility, persistence, and grace. From her Bollywood debut in Mujhse Shadi Karogi to her vibrant performances on reality shows like Big Boss 13 and Nakh Baliye, Shefali brought heart and edge to every role. She was the longest surviving wildcard contestant in Big Boss, earning admiration for her strength and honesty. She also embraced digital platforms, taking the lead in the web series Baby Come Na. But beyond fame, Shefali showed true courage. She quietly managed epilepsy, a condition she had battled since she was 15, never letting it shake her spirit or dim her light. Born in Ahmedabad and raised in a family that valued education and hard work, Shefali had a degree in computer applications. Her journey from a tech student to a household name was anything but expected, but it was hers entirely. On June 27, 2025, at just 42, Shefali passed away following a sudden cardiac arrest at her home in Mumbai. Though rushed to the hospital by her husband, actor Parag Tyagi, she could not be revived. Her passing left behind a wave of sorrow in the industry and among countless fans. She brought so much authenticity. You could always see fighting spirit in her eyes, remembered a fellow Big Boss contestant. Shefali leaves behind not only unforgettable moments on screen, but also a legacy of resilience, bold choices, and grace under pressure. Her journey inspired many, and her courage will continue to do so. Tributes to Shefali Jariwala. There is no band. Those haunting words echoed through Club Silencio just before Rebecca Del Rio moved an audience to tears with nothing but her voice.